There's a video going around the web right now of Justin Trudeau of Canada walking into the G20 summit, and some people are describing it. It looks like he's walking into a house party where you don't know anybody. So I want to show this video and then break down what I think he did well and what I think he could do differently. So here's how it kicks off. He's walking in. You know, everyone's kind of already in conversations. It's clear he may have got there a little bit late. Doesn't know anybody. Nobody's really turning to engage him. You can see the people with the badges in the back are the people that aren't leaders of different countries. There's Trump. He's already in a conversation with a couple people. Taking stuff out of his bag, nice and slow. Looking around, trying to get a little eye contact. You can see here, like right there, that's kind of casual. But even when you're the leader of a major country, and, you know, he's got a lot of swag. People always talk about how he's good looking. He's like 6'2". He's a heartthrob and he's a leader. You still feel social pressure, and he's feeling that social pressure. So he's trying to stay a little looser. You can see he kind of throws that real casually down. You know, he's not setting it down. He's trying to show he's nice and loose. He's not stifled by the social pressure. But you saw right back here, I think it was a little bit before, he looks over towards Trump and those guys just to see if he can get some eye contact. Because at that point, any of them would have looked at him, he would have likely jumped in to engage to start talking to somebody, but nobody did. And if while you're watching this, you're thinking, this is way over my head, I'm just trying to learn how to be normal in social situations and get a grasp for what's going on around me when I'm out, you can touch or click up here in the right-hand corner and download my free social invincibility checklist, which will get you dialed in, teach you about what to look for and how to feel comfortable when you're out in social situations. So he's taking his time. He's looking back again. Now, you see, when he oriented his shoulders over there, that gives Trump and those other two guys, I apologize, I don't know who those guys are, it gives them even a more impression that he wants to talk. So just by looking the first time is one thing, but when he kind of squares a little bit here and turns his whole head and body, it shows that he wants to engage. And Trump picks up on that. And so he points at him just to kind of acknowledge that he saw him there. And then he's immediately jumping in, right? So Trump comes over, he's out of there, tries to engage Trump, but he's gone. He's Swayze. So right here, he's talking, pats him on the back, but he's gone. Now Trump hears him trying to engage again, tries to get him into a conversation. Trump comes back over, talks a little bit, engaging, but Trump still is looking like he wants to leave, right? So he's probably he walks around, he leaves, and he sees he's leaving. Now he's back to himself. So what could he do, right? First of all, he's talking as Trump leaves. That doesn't look too good either. He should have cut the conversation a bit before that. But right now, see this guy looking back at him right now, he knows those two guys that were in conversation with Trump now are just talking to themselves. So if I was him, he probably doesn't know who these guys are. If he does, he probably doesn't know them personally, I'm guessing, or he would have engaged them in conversation. But he could have just turned around and say anything. You know, just because you're the leader of a big country doesn't once again mean that you have to go in with some brilliant line. People are just making chat. If they don't know you, they don't expect you to come in with some high-level thing to say. Talk to them about the hotel. Tell them it's your first time here. Make a joke about it. Just something light. He could have easily turned to engage these guys. Right now you can see they're looking around. They're more open to involving someone else. Because if you look back here when they're talking to Trump, they're in conversation, right? Going up right then would have been inappropriate because they're talking, they're engaged. Going up right here, let's see a little bit after, they're open to it. So he could have very easily slid into that conversation. But what does he do instead? He's looking around. See, now this guy by himself, he actually even came by. Right now, just ask him a quick question. Say hello. Tell him it's your first time. He's looking around. Now he's stalling out. He knows the cameras are on him. He knows people are around. He's looking around. He's feeling a bit of a social pressure right now, but he's got nowhere to go. So now he sits down and kind of just does the wah. So he did some good things by back here when he was trying to engage by first looking and then kind of squaring up even more to show his intent to jump in was good. But I think he missed an opportunity at the end to jump in with these two guys when they were actually open to talking to someone. Because once he was in with those two guys, he could have probably carried that conversation as long as he wanted and looked a little bit more natural. You know, he's new on the scene. You want to look like you're an insider. You want to look like you know people. So being in a nice, easy conversation before it started probably would have been a nice way to kind of get the ball rolling for him. Didn't look too bad, but it is kind of a bummer when it's your first time there and you end up being this guy just standing looking around. Hey, Someone talk to me. Is there anyone I know? Nope. Over here. Maybe over here. No. See him fidgeting his hands. Don't know anyone. I should probably be talking to someone. This picture's going on. Snap. What am I going to do? I'm just going to sit down. There's nobody I know. So kind of a bummer that happens. So if you're ever in a situation like this, probably not at a G20 conference, right? But just say you are at a party or at a networking event or a happy hour and nobody you know has came yet or nobody that you know is coming at all. You can do little things like that. Look for little groups who are more open to being engaged. You can tell when people are tied up in a conversation that's serious and they don't want anyone to jump in. It's more direct eye contact, less looking around. Bodies are usually oriented themselves. So look for nice little breaks and you can go in and talk to people, engage them naturally, and jump nice and easy into a conversation.
There's 3 things you can do on this screen. You can click here if you haven't downloaded your free tonality checklist. You can click up here if you want to go to another video that YouTube thinks you'd really enjoy, or if you're crazy enough and haven't subscribed yet, click right down there to subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you soon.